Hello, North Wauchula Elementary School families. I'm Jessica Gray, school principal. Thank you for joining us for our annual Title I meeting. You should have received with your invitation to this meeting handouts that you will want to complete as you are listening along to our teachers' presentations. Our teachers will be presenting information to you about what Title I is, what your rights are as a parent, standards and testing, as well as opportunities for parent involvement. Again, thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm Ms. Taylor from North Wauchula Elementary School, and now we have a video clip from kindergarten telling us about the Every Student Succeeds Act and Title I.
Hey, do you know what the Every Student Succeed Act is?
Isn't that the one that replaced the No Child Left Behind Act in 2015?
I think so.
It's the one that requires teachers to meet the needs of all students in their classrooms, right? No matter where they come from, no matter where their background, and not even just in education, it has to be high quality.
So I can't leave one of my students behind because
No.
they don't know stuff?
No, you have to close that gap. It doesn't matter if you've got low students, high students, no matter where they are with their standards. You have to do everything you can to close that gap and make sure all students are learning what they need to. Even if you have to change their tests, even if you have to change the way you're giving them instruction, there's a whole list of strategies that we can use to help target those students, especially those lower students.
I better get busy then on that, huh?
It also makes us have a drug-free community, a safe environment for the students. Yeah, it requires teachers to even be certified. You know, we have to have certain certifications so that we are meeting the needs of all those students.
Sounds like it's a good benefit for the kids, and we've got to work hard on it.
Yeah, and they're always changing the Every Student Succeeds Act so that, you know, we're targeting all students.
So we don't leave kids behind.
No.
That's right. So we're also a Title I school. What does that mean?
Yeah, so a Title I school is a school that gets federal funding from the Florida Department of Education. And it is so that we have the funds to meet the needs of all students so that all students are getting, you know, the high quality education that they need.
So does that include textbooks and what
Yeah,
kind
so
of funding?
the Title I program can help teachers with, you know, supplemental curriculum, programs that they need, and even they get free lunches
Wow,
and
that's
breakfast.
cool.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. So it serves millions of children all over, and it does elementary and secondary. So, and all of our schools in Hardee County are Title I, including this one.
That's great.
Now let's hear from first grade about parent rights and the school grade report.
Hey, I don't know if you girls have heard, but there's parent night coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
When is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is coming up, so we just gotta make sure we're ready. And I know that parents have some kind of rights.
Yes, they do. Parents
Okay.
have rights like to make sure that they're involved and that they, if they request regular meetings to express their opinions,
So,
concerns that they may
so the
have.
parents are able to schedule a meeting at any time.
So when they schedule meetings, could they do it on Dojo or Remind?
Yeah,
That
they
would be-
can do it
Oh,
on any
okay.
type of technology,
Okay.
whatever the classroom teacher
That's a good idea.
is for that.
Okay.
And of course, they can be given information about how their child's doing, like on FSA or iReady or STAR or anything like that. As well as they can request and receive information on the teacher's qualifications to make sure that the teacher is qualified. And
To
then if they're-
teach their
to
child.
teach their
That's
child,
good.
and then if they're not qualified, they can be informed somehow through that if they've been taught for 4 or more consecutive weeks with a non-qualified teacher.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
So-
good.
That's good to know. Yeah.
As parents, that's one of the main things we wanna make sure that everybody's qualified and ready to go.
And they understand that they can meet with the teacher
Yes.
anytime. That's important.
Well, good, thank you, that's so important. And then there was something else, I know there's something that they'll learn about district and school grade report, all that stuff.
You are right. The district provides a school grade for the school. They have demographic data that's there. We learn about the safety of the school and the climate. We learn about the academic data, like Ms. Crawford's talked about,
Okay.
iReady data or your FSA data. Graduation rates, we find out how good kids do when they get to high school. We also learn about class sizes. That class sizes differ from primary to the secondary, the elementary
Okay.
age. We also get information about the teachers and the staff on this district information. We also learn about curriculum and instruction, and we learn how to prepare so that their kids are ready to go to the next grade.
You know what I've just gathered between you and her is that if parents come to this parent night, you get a lot of information.
Yes,
Yes,
you do.
you do.
Whether you
Yes.
come to it or you see it, you know, via technology.
That's
Okay,
true.
wow. So that's parent rights, district school report, and educational standards.
Yes,
What do you have to say?
the educational standards are what your students are learning in class. There's standards for each subject, and the Florida standards are to establish high expectations for your students in the
Yeah.
classroom.
So that means maybe the teachers might give some challenge and stuff, but
Yes.
that's okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we like
Okay.
to challenge our students, and we are actually going through a transition of standards.
Oh,
K through second right now is in the best standards because they are the best.
oh yes, they are.
And then next year, third through fifth grade will transition into the best standards.
I bet they'll like it.
Yes, I think it'll be
Yes.
very good for all the students. And you can also go to the Florida Department of Education website and go to academics and then standards, and that will let you know your child's standards for each subject and just help you be informed of what they're learning.
So it sounds like to me technology is pretty important for
Yes,
parents.
very
Yes,
important.
it is.
Yeah.
And so the educational standards are kind of like when we went from FCAT to FSA standards.
Correct.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, girls, thank you so much for spending time with me. And like I said, we're going to learn about parent rights, district grade, and educational standards. Great.
Great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Now here's second grade talking about measuring student success and Title I programs.
This is how we're going to measure student success. And at the end of the year, they're going to be tested using the FSA grades 3 through 5.
And on the test, the FSA that Ms. Kara just mentioned, that it all is pulled from our Florida standards that teachers are teaching to the students, and it all builds a framework to build our whole curriculum around English language arts, math, writing, science, and social studies.
And Title I programs provide extra support throughout the year. So there's extra technology around the school. Title I provides extra time for instruction. So some students are invited to our after school program, and we do different activities there and have fun. There's parent involvement activities, they're sent home, and there's a variety of supplemental teaching methods and materials. So we have different methods we use and materials that are provided through Title I.
Here's third grade with how our funds are used and about our annual Title I meeting.
So thank you so much for coming, and thank you for being a translator at our parent meeting today. I wanted to talk about how our school spends the money that we get through our Title I funds.
Quiero explicar cómo la escuela usa el dinero para ayudar a la escuela.
Okay,
De
porque
título uno.
es porque llegaron un papel y no entiendo que dicen que algo dice quizás algo así que dinero. Yo no entiendo si yo tengo que pagar algo o lo que está pasando.
She doesn't understand about SAC, so she wanted an explanation about
Okay, so the SAC committee is a school advisory council, and it's made up of parents and teachers. Sometimes the students come, other staff members like our principal would come. Sometimes the school board joins us, and they meet together to talk about how they're going to use the money that our school gets to benefit our children.
El SAC es un consejo de maestros, parientes y también la principal, y lo que hacen es que se juntan y entonces platican de cómo van a usar los fondos de título 1 para ayudar a la escuela.
Si yo quiero hacer esto, ¿nomás hablo con el director o qué?
If she wants to do this, does she speak to the director, the principal? Who does she have to talk to?
She can contact the school and the secretaries could help with that, and then they could get her with either the principal or the assistant principal about what time the meetings are and how often they meet.
Si quiere puede hablar a la oficina, ahí habla con la secretaria, entonces ahí le dicen a la principal o al asistente, si usted quiere hablar con ellos, entonces pueden hacer una cita con usted.
Okay. So one of the ways that the School Advisory Council decides that we're going to spend our money is through Title I meetings. And we have been able to have those meetings as a drive-through event at the bus loop. And the school provides the families with information on how to help their kids be a better reader or a better mathematician. And it gives them information on where they can find extra help. Then, you know, the kids get a treat or a project or something like that. And it's really quick, it's very socially distant. You don't even have to get out of your car. And those happen 3 or 4 times a year right here at our school.
Lo que pasa es que se reúnen como 4 veces al año y lo han hecho que cuando nomás pasan por el carro, ahí le dan información para usted para que ayudarle a su niño o niña cómo aprender a leer y cosas así, ¿no? Y eso es como usan los fondos del título 1.
Okay. And the times for those meetings are pretty flexible. So they usually are about an hour or an hour and a half long. So if you get off work later, you might still be able to make it to those meetings.
El tiempo de esas citas, que si pasan nomás por el carro, y la cosa es que como con todo lo que está pasando, no se tiene que bajar del carro. Entonces, todo lo que tiene que hacer es como las horas son flexibles. Si usted sale del trabajo tarde, todo lo que tiene que venir, y si todavía están aquí, puede pasar en el carro y así le dan la información.
Okay. One of the rules that we have to follow as a school is working together with our parents to make sure that our children get the best education that they can. And the way we do that is with our parent compact, and it explains the responsibilities of the student and the parents and even me as the teacher. Sí.
Oh. Sí, tienen en español. Estaba diciendo que una de las cosas que tiene que hacer es que requiere que por título 1 tenemos que trabajar juntos para ayudarle a los niños, no nomás las maestras, pero los parientes juntos. Y una de las cosas que hacemos es que agarramos un contrato, y aquí sí es en español, en este lado es en inglés, aquí en español, y es un contrato de aprender para su niño. Y la cosa es que hay un parte para el estudiante, uno para el padre y otros para maestros también. Porque como digo, tenemos que trabajar juntos para ayudar a los niños.
4th grade is going to teach us about our parent and family engagement plan requirements.
Good morning, this is Wanda Wildcat, and we're coming from the 4th grade pod with a special CCTV edition on Parent Night. Sarah, Ms. Darty, I have some questions for you.
Sure.
Maybe you could enlighten us a little about Parent Night for NWES parents at North Wauchula.
Well, our parent nights are designed to help parents learn more about how they can support their students, what their academic goals are, and how they can help improve their children's literacy.
Amazing. And how do we communicate those goals with parents?
Great. So a lot of teachers have newsletters that go out weekly. They communicate what their child is learning in the classroom. Other teachers use Dojo or other online formats to communicate what their children are learning in the classroom. Additionally, we have our parent nights, which are great. Some students have agendas that they write down what they're studying. And also on our website, you can check out what's going on at North Wauchula.
That sounds amazing. Which do you prefer? Which do you use in your classroom?
I love to use Class Dojo because I love to take pictures of what we're doing, all of the fun things, because you know what happens. Kids go home and parents say, "What'd you do today? What'd you learn?" And the kids say, "Nothing." No, check out my Class Dojo. You can see what we did in each subject and what kind of fun, hands-on things we're doing.
Love it, Sarah. Can we talk for a second about academic standards, assessments, and the guidelines that you use? How
Sure.
do you assess our children?
So one way that student or parents can stay up to date on assessments within the classroom, for instance grades, is through the Focus portal. There's an app, student or parents download it. They can check out what their students' grades are anytime. You don't have to wait for the progress report or the report card to go home. And if you see something that's questionable or you're curious about, definitely send to your teacher, your kid's teacher, a message or an email. Another way,
Using that Dojo app.
Using the Dojo app.
I love
it's so easy. Also, through parent conferences, we can communicate what children's goals are, where they're at. We talk about assessments. So some of those assessments that we talk about are the STAR, our iReady diagnostics. And through those diagnostics, we have different goals and targets that we want kids to meet. So in the classroom, we're teaching, we're giving instruction, and then we want to see them hit those goals at our December diagnostic and then at the end of the year diagnostic. We use CPOMs, we look at the standards, and
what would you say is the biggest challenge or the biggest help students, parents could help their
That's such a great question. The best way you can help your child to be successful at school is to encourage them to read. Read to them, read with them, ask them about what they are reading. Any format. It doesn't matter if you have a fifth grader, that fifth grader loves to be read to. I promise you that. And so just giving them a print-rich home, making sure they have books, make sure they got a book in the car, make sure they got a book everywhere they go. And so as long as they keep reading, they're going to encounter vocabulary, they're going to improve their comprehension. Not only that, they get to experience and walk through someone else's shoes. They get to learn about what life is like back in pioneer days or what life is like for somebody living in Asia. Reading can just open all kinds of doors.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're so welcome.
And this is Wanda Wildcat signing off from the 4th grade pod at North Wauchula Elementary.
5th grade's going to talk to us about parent involvement, support, and communication with teachers.
Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget about the parent night at school tomorrow.
Oh, there's parent night at school tomorrow?
I didn't even know there was a parent night.
I didn't know it either. Oh, well, they sent home a note, but I know my children don't always get the notes home to me. His teacher did send a message on Dojo, though, and the reminder I just got came from the Remind app.
Hey, look at that. I just got one too. I don't know anything about Class Dojo.
Oh, definitely call or email your child's teacher because almost all of them have either Class Dojo, Remind, some sort of electronic communication where they share information and sometimes even pictures of what's happening in class.
Is Class
Oh,
Dojo
yeah, okay.
is Class Dojo the one where they give the students points for good
Yes,
behavior?
that's it.
Okay, I'll do that.
I found it's very important to be involved and check in with my son's teacher periodically. Ask about the progress, ask questions if I don't understand something. So those apps really help.
Yeah, I agree. That does sound pretty good.
And the parent nights are really, really fun. The kids enjoy it too. So I really hope I can see you guys there.
Yeah, I think I can make it.
Yeah.
Good. And while you're there, you could sign up for PTO. They do a lot of things for the students. They also do a lot of things for the teachers. And make sure to bring your driver's license because you can sign up to be a volunteer. And they always love volunteers.
Great, great idea. Thank you
for helping us.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so
for letting us know
much.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
great.
wait to see you guys. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
it's
sounds
gonna
like
be
it.
great.
Should
Yeah.
we carpool?
Oh, yes,
That's
we
a
can
good
do
idea.
that.
We can take my car.
Now here's Ms. Gray to summarize and wrap up our Title I meeting.
Thank you again, families, for joining us for our annual Title I meeting. We look forward to getting to know you and working together and communicating with the teachers. Don't forget to attend parent-teacher conferences. To be prepared for the meetings, have a list of questions and topics that you would like to discuss. And also, when you're completing the parent-teacher compact, think about the ways in which you can work together to make your child successful. Also, don't forget to turn in your completed outline from this meeting so that your child can get a special sweet treat and even get a chance to win a bigger prize. Thank you.